He's alive. That'll do. I think he can see me. I'll take that. I'm not getting old. I'm becoming a legend. Excuse me. Just in case you're wondering. Don't know whether that's true or not. It seemed good at the time. Excuse me. So I'll wait and see if anybody chooses. Ah, that was quick. Single barrel silo. The legend of the. You just chose the right words that come off my t-shirt. I'm not getting old. I'm becoming a legend. Hi, NFJ. How are you doing? That's very good. Howdy. Howdy doody. How are you doing? Am I lower or higher than I need to be? This is firstly and foremost, then I'll repeat it again later, I suppose. Happy Thanksgiving to you people in the United States of America. Apparently, which I found out recently, very recently, that we celebrate Thanksgiving over here as well, in support of you people celebrating it over there. So there are people over here who choose to celebrate Thanksgiving, probably because they have relatives or they're actually United States citizens, that word. So it's celebrated here, and people go out of their way to find places that actually do a Thanksgiving dinner. So happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Casper. So for me, I'm 6 minutes away from having a happy Thanksgiving Day. And I'm fully aware that you're probably 5 or 7, 8 hours behind. So at some point, you will join me in the future and have your own Thanksgiving. And I hope that all of this rubbish that people are saying that they're going to cut off their family because of the way election went is just stupid talk, and everybody gets together and has a reason why you have Thanksgiving in the first place, to give thanks to those that came before, the things that they did, and a prospering United States of America, which is all good. So I'm not Agent G9. Have you been promoted? I think I saw this before. I'm still not sure what that is representing. So yes, good. Whoever that was, that is, yes. Spread a little love. And let's have some happy smiley faces. And for those who have allergies, flowers that you're okay with. So it's all good. So I'll start with this basically. Why would somebody who somebody who's in the process of a treasure hunt, say to us treasure hunters, in 8 to 10 years, I'll give you a clue. Excuse me. How long has this been going on? No. How long is John expecting this to last? And how so confident 8 to 10 years? If that is the statement and what it's meant. Well, I will, in 8 to 10 years' time, 8 or 10 years, or however he said it, offer up a clue. What, no one's going to solve it for 8 to 10 years? At least, I don't want it to outlive me. Those sort of words. It's like, what? Hang on. I can see people doing a Zoom and doing all these things, coming up with all these wonderful ideas, smart people. technology's advanced, and we have these people that do all these codes and ciphers and etc., etc., etc. And John is confident that we're going to need some help, a few years down the road. So that's a little, mind-bending, to say the least. So no fear that with everybody getting together, with the ability that we can contact with anyone around the world, use AI, have, these amazing code breakers. And he says he will give us some clues in 8 to 10 years' time. Maybe it's harder than people think. So that's, I think, something worth thinking about. If, people have already gone out saying they're finding a chest, and John Collins Black doesn't think that it's going to be solved anytime soon. Like, if it had said, like, let it go a year or two and then, I might offer up some more clues, that would be understandable. But 8 or 10 years, so hang on a minute. Whoa. How hard is this going to be? Now, and I'm talking about the people who are in the Forrest Fenn Thrill of the Chase, we couldn't find it in 10 years. And we're only finding one chest. And now there are 5 chests. So is it going to take 50 years to find 5 chests? That's a bit daunting, isn't it? So this obviously is about trying to understand, again, very similar to what Forrest did, what is actually being said. What are we actually being told in that statement? Along, with statements like, you won't find them in snow, or however that statement was. And with the, it's dangerous to go out at that time of the weather, blah, blah, blah. So those sort of things have to give you food for thought, along with, putting clues in boxes to help you with the big box. Hang on. Whoa. Let's hold it there. So what are you saying, John? You know that the big box is not going to be found first. And you know that the other 4 boxes are going to be found. So as they are found, there will be an added clue or an incentive there to find a box, to get a clue to find the big box. Because there was no mention of, when you find the big box, there's a clue in there to help you with a smaller box. It's almost as though, find these smaller boxes first before you find the big box. Why would you say to people, okay, if you find a small box, in there, there's a laminated clue that will lead you to the big box. And if you find the big box, well, you should have already found the 4 boxes. Like, what is actually being said to us when these things, take shape? I will put a clue in these smaller boxes, and they will help you find the big box. Well, can't I just find the big box first? Have you already predetermined that the big box won't be found unless the other 4 boxes are found? But you have to read the whole book to find the big box. And you only need some of the book to find one of the smaller boxes. So that in itself could say, well, you could find, okay, let's call it the first box. The first box because it's earlier in the book. So in the beginnings of the book, there's a box. You find that box. Then you find the next box. Then you find the next box. Well, not one person, but maybe different people. And then when you get to the end, when you should have found the fifth box, why is that different to finding the other four? Because unless you found box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4, how do you know what information is available for box 5? And if you haven't found box 1, how do you know where box 2 starts? And if you haven't found box 2, how do you know where box 3 starts? And if you haven't found box 3, how do you know where box 4 starts? Unless you're just going to say, in this chapter, in this part of the book, all of this is this box, and all of this is this box, and all of this is this box, and all of this is this box. And if I read the whole books, I'll find the big box. I'm starting to think the thrill of the chase was easier. And then I see people concentrating on the word search straight away. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm thinking, well, if you're told that there are 4 boxes and each box, then just working on the word search means you negate the whole book. There's no need for the book. That sounds just like the poem. There's no need for the book if all you need is the poem. Excuse me. So we have the thrill of the chase and there's a poem, and all you need is a poem. You can solve the poem and find this. Now we have a book that says there's 5 chests, 4 hidden separately throughout the book and 1 throughout the whole of the book, but there is a word search. Now, what people do in the word search don't take into account is there's a cryptogram underneath, which has specific words in it. Very much like over, under, and in between. Past, fields and posts, or posts and fields. From strong to stream. So they're finding answers and ignoring the fact that whatever answer they have has to correspond with what's written below. As above, so below. So wouldn't it be worthwhile to understand what the cryptogram says to try and work out what it is you're looking for, or find what you're looking for and understand what the cryptogram says? So from strong to stream. From a river to a stream. That's almost like the babbling brook. Can I ever shut them up? From a river to a stream. I'm not saying it's a river, I'm just saying. If it's going to be a strong to a stream, it could be, a river to something smaller. Or it could be some stout-hearted men to a video. So it could be a live stream and you could be looking at a video. But everything you need is in the book. Everything you need is in the book. I wonder how that works. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, Queen. How you doing? Good to read you here. It seems David hasn't woken up yet. It must be, I think it's 8 o'clock there or 7 o'clock there in the morning. He'll need his coffee. For me, it's Thanksgiving's Day now. I am 8 minutes on the 28th, 24. So I'm going to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody who is in the UK or anywhere that is in Greenwich Mean Time. All ahead. It will be Thanksgiving Day for you already. I think Davy B's already, or maybe going to have his breakfast on Thanksgiving Day. Which reminds me of the banquet table. Which is the picture on the front. So will we all be at the banquet table of history, or however it was said by Forrest? And does that affect the future? Or has the future already been affected, and that's why we're at the banquet table? And will there be any leftovers of history at that banquet table? Or an asterisk? And do we have to have a banquet table before we can fully understand the thrill of the chase? And maybe even, there's treasure inside. How did it go from the thrill of the chase to just there's treasure inside? There's treasure inside what? Is it just simply there's treasure inside the book? This book is called There's Treasure Inside because inside this book there's treasure. But this is about joy. Hang on. Isn't that a thrill? The thrill? The joy. Happiness is the pot. Joy is the pot. I wonder if there's an indulgence with joy. If that's a synonym. I wonder if we're going to hear more of the same words in the JCB treasure hunt. I wonder if we need a good map. I wonder if someone has to go because somebody's coming. I wonder a lot, don't I? So, if you're going to ignore the book and just concentrate on the word search because you think that's going to be easier, that's like filling in a crossword without any clues. What you're basically doing is saying, well, this word has 3 letters in, so it's dog. This word has 6 letters in, so it's kennel. This word has 5 letters in, so it's smoke. And you think you're right. And someone comes along and says, well, no, I think it says cat. And I think it says budgie. And I think it says grain. Oh, hang on. That's different to what I thought. But I think my version's right. So it's easy to make a decision, and it's easy to think that that decision is correct because it's your decision. And we were warned of confirmation bias. And it doesn't matter whether there's one person with confirmation bias or 10 people with confirmation bias, because hearing something that sounds good and agreeing with it doesn't make it correct. So again, I'll go back to Forrest gave us the information, and then he said, this information, you need to have it nailed down. Because without securing that first piece of the information, you can't start. You can't start. Without securing the first point at which you start, there's no point, because everything after that is still incorrect. And you don't have any confirmation. So in the word search, where's the confirmation? So I only went in for a little while, but Kopro and Mike were doing that Zoom, and there were lots of different ideas, very good ideas, some better than others. Not that I'm any judge, because I don't know, but just seeing that way, and that's the confirmation bias that I have. I think that's a good idea. I think that's a bad idea, and the bad idea could be the great idea, and the good idea could be a rubbish idea. So where do you start? If all these people, must have been at least, I don't know, 7, 8, 10, 12, 50 ideas that were flitting through that people were looking at, and not one of them said, this is exactly where it starts because of this. This is where you start. This is what you do. This is why you do it. This is what will happen if you do this, this, and this. Which leads me to believe that while they all might be correct, all these, 10, 20 different ideas, there's only 5 chests. So all of them can't be correct. So we're back to the same scenario as we were with the Thrill of the Chase. They can't all be correct. And then they talk about, well, he did say there's some, red herrings is fair game. Well, I suppose fish is game, isn't it? So fair game will be correct. So if there is a group effort to try and find the answer, then it's probably better, not that that's going to get you, the correct answer, but it's probably better as a group to have someone come up with an idea and follow it all the way through. Because what I heard was, oh, I've got this idea and it's this, this, this. And then somebody says, yeah, I've got this idea and it's this, this, this. And then somebody else said, I've got this idea and it's this, this, this. And you never, so there's a really good idea. I can't remember who it was. Fendi, was it Fendi someone? Not Fendi, Fenders? Fenny? I don't know. Somebody came in, really great idea, sounded really good, and then just stopped, gone, and on to something else. So working as a group, more minds making it easier is probably a good idea. Until it comes to splitting up the treasure, then, maybe not such a good idea. But if you're going to have a lot of minds working on a problem, then you should address the one problem. One problem. Well, the problem is the word search, but the solutions are many. So one solution at a time to the problem would be more beneficial than 20 solutions to the one problem. So whilst there were good ideas, I was starting to think, hang on, each of these people are going to be in a different state or a different part of the state, because whilst they're discussing the one problem that they have, which is the word search, they have 10 or more solutions for that one problem. But surely there can only be 5 answers at the most. At the most, there can be 5 answers that are correct. If there are 5 chests and all those 5 chests are in that word search. At worst, there's only one answer for one chest in that word search. At worst, one answer for that word search for one chest. Wow, that kind of makes all of them solutions look redundant. One of them may be correct, or 5 of them may be correct, but not all of them, and yet they all seem so good. So, does the book help you before you get to the word search and direct you what it is you're supposed to be doing in the word search? Would it not be fair to say that, I don't know, if you're setting up a hunt and you want someone to solve this puzzle, you would give them the information ahead of time to say, by the time you get to this point, this is how you do this. So I feel maybe jumping into the word search, I don't know, whilst it might be a good thing, you have no confirmation. You have your confirmation bias, but you have no confirmation. There is nothing to say this word search is solved by doing this, or this word search is solved 5 times by doing these 5 things, or it's solved 4 times by doing these 4 things, and then if you read the whole book, you'll find another chest. So what is it that John said to us? Are we going to find a chest within, I don't know, 30 pages, and then find a chest within another 40 pages, and then find a chest within another 60 pages, and then find a chest? Or are we going to find all these chests in the word search and stuff the book? It's not worth it. I find it hard to think that there's no information in the book that isn't going to help you with the word search. And I say that because in The Thrill of the Chase, we were told there are hints in the book that will help you with the clues in the poem. There are hints in the book that will help you with the word search. Now, if those hints are to find the big chest all the way through the book, these hints to help you with these 5 clues, not 9, or 5 chests, or 4 chests, or however it's set up, then I would, not a guess, a deduction, that maybe something earlier in the book is going to allow me to say, oh, this is where you start. This is what you do. This is how you do this. And I'll say that because Forrest said, not that this is Forrest Fenn's hunt according to some people, but there are 9 clues. If followed precisely, will lead to the end of my rainbow and the treasure. So is there something that says there are 5 clues, if followed precisely, will lead to something? Because nobody knows what 5 clues are, specifically what that means. And if you look up the word clues, so I would think, oh, hello, Jeff. Sorry, didn't realize you. Oh, Paul, how are you doing? A book within a book. All you need is the book. No, well, there's another book as well. I was glad to see you here anyway, Paul. Happy Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving for us. And happy Thanksgiving, Jeff. Redundantly redundant. Don't know what that means. Alberti too. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Hi, Merry and friends. Gobble gobble. Yes, it's too cold to snow. Too cold to snow. So yes. So the book within the book. The answers must be in the book. That must be the truth of it. The answers must be in the book. Now, instead of a poem, we have a word search and a poem. I mean, nobody's talking about the poem at the back of the book, or trying to work on it, or figure out what, if anything, it has to do with anything. And if John isn't going to give us any helpful hints or clues for another 8 or 10 years, he's obviously thinking, well, they're just going to waste their time doing such and such and such and such and such and such. And then in 8 to 10 years, I'll come along and give them a clue and show them where they're going wrong. So I think you've got to, either there's an ulterior motive for saying that, or you've got to be pretty sure about how people are going to tackle this book and the limitations that are within the book to help people solve it within 8 months, let alone 8 years. So I'm starting to think, I don't know, JCB is as smart as Forrest, if not smarter. Well, Forrest did say they're a smart family and a better family. But if you thought Forrest was smart, if you thought Forrest was clever, if, as Forrest said, you had to get up early in the morning, etc., 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 about him, John hid 5 chests and said, in 8 to 10 years, I'll give you a clue. Hid 5 chests in one book. Forrest hid 1 chest in one book, allegedly. And John has hid 5 chests in one book. And he produced a word search that has, I don't know if there's any professional cipher, people or professional treasure hunters in that Zoom, but they're smart people. And this smart person that did this knows that those smart people, they're not going to solve it for years. What? Wait, what? Hang on. No, whoa. What, you know that these people are working on it. You know how they're working on it. And you say, I will give a clue or whatever, 8 to 10 years' time. When they've exhausted all possibilities of how to solve this, I will give them a clue. Man, that's scary. That's a smart dude, that is. That really is. I've done this. It's going to go for 8 to 10 years. And then when they can't solve it, I'm going to come and give them a clue. Wow. That's worse than no one's going to stumble on this chest. It's in a place people don't normally go. That's worse than that. That is on another level. To listen to what I'm telling you I'm telling you, you ain't going to do this. That's what he's saying. You ain't going to do this. That's scary. It really is scary. Like, you're not going to do this, and 8 to 10 years' time, I'm going to come and tell you, where you're going wrong. So if anybody thinks it's going to be easy, unless, they're as smart as John, or smarter than John, they'd have to be smarter than John to work out, what's going on. Now, we could end up, nothing as it seems, etc., etc., etc. But we are already at, you have to be precise. So a close read, I can't remember how it went now. A close read and something or other. Oh, I can't remember how it went. But I would say that that's pretty important. What if a chest is found before New Year's Eve? What if one is? This book may be a clue that came 8 to 10 years. This book may be a clue that came 8 to 10 years later. Thanks, INFJ. So, that's part of, nothing as it seems. So what if started in 2019, that's already 5 years. So in 3 years' time, you might get a clue. Putting it together in 2019, and in 3 years' time, you might get a clue. No. 2019, 5, yeah, in 3 years' time, you might get a clue. But that is even scary. Because if somebody started doing this in 2019 and they had a Forrest Fenn box, Forrest Fenn hadn't been solved until 2020. Wait, what? The Forrest Fenn box with Forrest Fenn treasures that wasn't found until 2020. I wonder. So, hello, Frank. Happy Thanksgiving in a few hours. It's actually Thanksgiving here for me. And I've come on specifically this time because of the time. If the chest is found before New Year's Eve, which chest are you referring to? A small chest or a specific chest? I thought you said 7 to 10 years. Oh no, we've already got conflicting information. I thought he said 8 to 10, but he may have said both. I thought he said 7 to 10. I'm still thinking that was 8 to 10, but I might be wrong. I'm never going to disagree with Queen, that's for sure. Hey, Greg. All wrenches. No, not all wrenches. Alberti hasn't got a wrench. INFJ. Oh, INFJ. Why have you not got a wrench? You're one of my... How does a moderator? Wow, you're one of my early arrivals. I haven't given you a wrench. You are moderator now. Hey, Hush. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Yeah, I know mine is early, but I am already on the 28th, as is Davey B. So, and I do appreciate, your lives are a bit different than ours, and you have different holidays. And I honestly do, wish everybody, however it is over there, this is time for everybody to come together and give thanks. So there should be no reason why there's no, family get-togethers and friendly get-togethers, etc. Hey, Tigger, it's good to read you too. Yep, there you are, you're in the blue. It was an article in The Guardian, Tuesday, 26th November 2024, 10:43 EST. No. That's a different article, I think, than I saw. Not that it matters, but okay, let's say 7 to 10 years. That's still a long time for him to say, nah, no one's going to solve it for 7 years, at least 7 years. And then because they don't solve it in 7 years, I'll give them a clue. That means you're going to be around a long time waiting for information. I must have missed the show where everyone had a wrench under their seats. I'm going to, actually, because it's Thanksgiving, I'm going to trust everybody that comes on my channel to not be power hungry or power mad. However that works. So, because I respect everybody that comes in here and appreciate everyone. Not, uh-oh, why does that say remove? I've already done it. Yes, I must have already done that. I know there's some people that don't believe in Forrest Fenn, but for the faith that you have in Forrest, for the work that you've done mostly to help the community, some probably, helping themselves as much as helping the community. I am very concerned that, where's Ben? I need to sort him out. He needs to get himself, doing these streams. I would much rather talk to, and this is no offense to Mike and Capro, just facts. I'd much rather talk to somebody who tells me they're not involved in the hunt and give them information about how to solve the hunt than talk to somebody who's getting all the information off everybody and says they're actively taking part in the hunt. That's like, what? Wait, what? There's 5 chests available out there. Everybody's going to one place, telling them all the information, and they could just go and get 5 chests. To me, that doesn't seem right. I'm not saying it's shady. It just doesn't seem right. I'm not saying they're doing it shadily. I'm saying, hang on a minute. You're the point of contact for everybody. They're giving you all this information. You're going to collect this information, not give out the good stuff, and then when you find an answer, go and have a look. That don't seem right. It don't seem right. Like I say, I'm not saying that they're doing it on purpose. I'm just saying it doesn't seem right that I know. For me, I wouldn't do it. If I had a show where everybody's giving out information, then I would give all the information, every single bit. There'd be nothing kept back. Every single bit of information that I got off everybody, a bit like Forrest said, level playing field, etc., etc., etc. I think that would be the right way to do it. But if you have all that information, you're keeping some back, that doesn't sound right. But if you're not taking part and you have all the information, then it don't matter. You just give out the information as it is. So I'd much rather that, not that, I'll go to Capros and Mike's and give out loads of information. I'm not bothered about that. I'm just saying it doesn't seem right that you would give out some information, but not all the information, and you're actually taking part yourself. So if somebody gives you some good information, you may be able to find it because 100 people give you information about a certain box. You collate all that information from those 100 people and you can find that box. And those 100 people can't because they only have their information. Wow, that sounds a bit rough. Very rough. So Alberti should be a moderator. Greg should be a moderator. Who else? Did I do Hush? I think I did you as well, Hush. It's a happy Thanksgiving gift day today. It sure is long. Not sure if I'll be here. Well, I think you may have said that when you started the Thrill of the Chase. I think everybody said that when they started the Thrill of the Chase. Like, how long would you invest in something still in the Thrill of the Chase? I would, imagine, even though people have already got answers. Pretty certain in 2020, people said, "Oh, I don't think I'll be here in 4 years' time or 5 years' time," and here we are. Hey, you have a new studio. Is there a lava lamp? No. People keep saying that to me. Don't want to desert brighten you. I mean, that doesn't look as. Let's do it this way. It's that. Don't do lava lamps as much anymore because we are all electric, and they just have those little lights and the things that go around. And so yeah, I love it. It's starting to get Christmassy in my garden and in here, so just change the different settings. And I'm trying to make my house a bit colourful. The Northern Lights. Whee! No, that might be very off-putting now. That's bad. So yeah, I'm trying to make it Christmassy for the grandkids. So starting slowly with little things like this, and then go on to the Santa Claus climbing up the roof and those sort of things. Well, not the roof, maybe climbing up the wall. I don't think I'm going to go on the roof. But yeah, those sort of things. So no, same place. That's the telly. Still where it was. Then the curtains still where they were, just different colour. Same. Boy, does that sound like K-Pro? Laugh out. Well, that's what the YouTubers did in the Thrill of the Chase. I know. So I'm just saying. We could do with Ben because he's not apparently taking part in the hunt. So and he's a more, again, it's no offense, just people are different. He's more of an entertainer, than Mike and Capro. They are more serious, a bit like me, a bit more serious. I never laugh or joke. Okay. So yeah, it's just a bit more entertaining, and the fact that he's not here or that Ashley isn't here is a little bit upsetting. I'd like to say happy Thanksgiving to them as well. So if anybody knows them, talks to them, emails them, whatever. Actually, I could do that, couldn't I? Probably leave it on one of their streams if they see it. Happy Turkey Day. Yeah, I wonder why the poor turkey gets. Well, actually, the turkey was one of the first foods, weren't they? That's what you're giving thanks for, the turkey, wasn't it? The Christmas and the turkey, the Christmas and Thanksgiving. Poor turkey got no chance, has it? If it gets away with the Thanksgiving time of, well, his end time, her end time. If they get past that, a few more weeks and it's Christmas, and they still might not survive. But I can't say I'm 100% sure. Thanksgiving. I know that the first settlers and that, but I was always under the impression that Thanksgiving was your Christmas. that close to it. I just never even thought they were two separate events, especially when you hear about Turkey and everything. So with them being so close together, I just thought it was a Christmassy type celebration, but obviously not. No, there's lots of different ones, aren't there? Hey Wig, how you doing? Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, there's a few different ones, aren't there? I think there's one that begins with P, the something Indians. I think that was supposed to be the first one. I don't know if that's the place you're talking about. But yeah, there's quite a few suggestions for the first Thanksgiving. But obviously, the reason's the same as Christmas. The reason's the same, but people celebrate at different times of the year. I don't know why, but they do. So, hey Larry, hello to you and Oksana. Hope you are both well and happy Thanksgiving. And Glenna, hello. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving to you. Uh-oh, Glenna, you're not blue. And I mean that in a good way. I don't want you to be sad. But happy Thanksgiving is Blue Day, apparently. Everybody's getting a wrench. Soon you'll all just blend in and I won't be able to see all the names. It's good to have you here. So, how is the best way to begin this treasure hunt? And you would have to say, firstly, John's told us. Read the book. In the book, there's a plan. Then read the pages of the book and you'll find a chest. And then read the whole book and you'll find the big chest. So, hopefully, John's done it correctly. And the plan and the information in the book helps you understand the word search or the poem or everything else that comes later on. And you would have to deduce that because the word search is at the back of the book, which means there must be information ahead of the word search that could help you. Otherwise, you might as well have the word search at the front of the book and not have any instructions at all for it. So I would have to deduce that John went, well, hang on, I need to do this, and this before I put the word search in. So when they get to the word search, they have all the information they need to tackle the word search. Not only that, he did mention that while we were working on the word search, he gave us this other piece of information, this cryptogram. Why did he say it like that? Like, we're working on the word search, and he says, well, while you're working on that, I'm going to give you this. Potentially to help you with that. A bit like there are hints in the book that will help you with the clues in the poem. A little bit like that. But not expressed in the same way as Forrest said it. But it's a little bit like that. There are hints in the book that will help you. I don't know how to be a mod. Yeah, I don't expect people need to be a mod, to be fair. But, in this... Oh, no! I don't even know who this person is. International Vehicle Importers. Hello. Happy Thanksgiving. If you are in the US, well, if anywhere, to be fair, see, my trusting nature is going to be put to the test now. I'm going to trust this person that's just come in that I've never seen before. Assume that it's not Bill Gorman, because he's every name under the sun. Maybe David Paisano. And and give him a wrench. And that was give them, as in them. I don't want to say him or her, just in case. Not sure what that is a picture of, to be fair. Mr. Zozo, how are you doing? Happy Thanksgiving to you. A blue can't put a blue in time out. Oh, so I've just absolutely leveled the playing field then, haven't I? There is no need to worry, because if a moderator can't affect another moderator, then it's all cool. That means I'm still in charge. So I've done all of that, put you all in charge, and now I've just made myself in charge. That was pointless. It wasn't intentional. I'm not that smart. No way, no sir. But thanks for that, Tigger. So, how smart are we? Are we smart enough to try and beat John at his own game? Now, my hesitance about calling John Collins Black or John or JCB is, things are not what they seem. So, does John Collins Black exist? Is he a real person? People say, yeah. He's got this, that, and the other, and does these videos, etc. But then so did Jack, Jonathan Stoof. He's a real person. He exists. And so, how much information will we get from John if, this is important, if we're only going to get a clue, extra clue, in 8 to 10 years, whatever it is, like how much information is going to go to Jenny Kyle? Like how many 6 questions are there going to be? Or, John gets email. Or one car and dumper truck cattle company, whatever, is there going to be something like that? Is John going to come up with something like one horse land and cattle? Are we going to have a Dale's blog? Not, from Dale, but are we going to have those sort of things? Like what's going to happen moving forward? And I say that because, if John is looking long term, obviously, 7 to 10 years, 8 to 10 years, how are we going to process information through one influencer? That don't seem like a good idea. It really doesn't. Now, I know there's some new names in the hunt, this hunt, but some of those names could be same people, different names. But if the hunt does take off, and not that I go into chat rooms much, but it's not going to be very productive for 1,000 people, say, to go into one chat room. It just isn't. It just really isn't. I thought you said I couldn't do that. Pirate, what are you doing? I didn't even know you're here. Message deleted by Pirate. Message deleted by Pirate. Not playing the JCB. Oh, you're not playing. Saw a news article about JCB that said he made millions. Yes, absolutely. Yes, he did. Jenny's like a robot. No personality. To be like, yeah, I don't know how Pirate did that. I haven't even seen him. And yet, how did he manage to do that, Tigger? You said the blue couldn't affect the blue. Pirate, stand up and be counted. Zozo, what did you say? Oh, I can just view the deleted message. Oh no, I have to go all the way there. Oh, hang on. I don't know how to read that. Okay, now that I've put that on, how do I get rid of it? Ah, there you are. Still got the power. Yes, you're abusing it by the look of it. I've seen names I haven't seen in chat. How did you do that? I don't know the reason for it, but I trust you, so. Where is Pirate? I don't see Pirate either. There he is. Stealth Pirate. Yes. He timed out himself. I'm saying nothing. I'm saying nothing. It's good to see you, Pirate. Happy Thanksgiving. See, you put me off with him to say Happy Thanksgiving to you. IVI. Oh, is that? It's gone. I can't remember what it said. Well, there you go. I had a good feeling. So I gave them, they're gone. Can't see the name. How long ago was it? Can't remember what it said, but must have had a good feeling to give them a wrench anyway. Thanks for that, though, Queen. New to JCB, yes. I think, well, we're all new to JCB. In my honest opinion, JCB has a backstory like the Thrill of the Chase Man. Yes. Yes, on Thanksgiving as well, Pirate. Cruel. What was I thinking? So, yeah. So the backstory, when JCB came out, you know, I was probably one of the first people to say, you know, there must be some sort of connection or story, Forrest Fenn, or otherwise, in regard to JCB. Some people said, you know, it's got nothing to do with Forrest, but who knows? We all have a backstory. Yes, it seems my story's known by, you know, anyone and everyone the way things turn up. I find it hard to see information that doesn't involve, you know, my history, and it's crazy. Even my football team, just people putting out information. It's like, boom, there's my football team. It's like, what? Why are you talking about my football team? You're all American. You have nothing to do with like English stuff. Why is there a badge of my football team in, you know, part of your video? It's like, what? Don't make sense. So the banquet. When will we be having the banquet? Well, Thanksgiving would have been a great time for a banquet. Oh, nearly there. Nearly Holy Toledo time. Not far off. Here, for me, not far off. Not so much for you, you're hours away. So why the banquet of history? No, banquet, yeah, the banquet table of history. And how, excuse me, how do we go from finding the information that leads you to a place where a chest could be? Now, I can't recall how close John has said his clues get you. Does anybody know in chat? So Forrest said 12 feet, didn't he, or something? I'll be surprised if you get within 12 feet of the blaze or whatever that statement was. Like, how close are the clues going to get you? Randy says, it will get you to within like 3 fingers of the coin. That's how close. That's how close his clues will get you. That's close. You don't have to do much searching if it's going to get you that close. So how close will the information that you're going to find in this book, which is all you need, how close will the information in this book get you to each of those chests? To be a pirate, one requires to be stealth. No hard feelings at all, pirate. Looking behind myself in the mirror to check if my backstory looks as good as my front story. But you only have to ask Oksana, she'll tell you. Or probably already has told you. Has a few backstories. I can't even do backstroke, let alone backstories. The clues in TTI word search will only get you to the area. Well, the clues in TTI. Okay, so you're just saying the word search, because I think the cryptogram underneath is probably going to get you closer than just the. Well, what do you mean the area? Like, is the area 30 foot, 50 foot, 100 foot? I think the information will give you the information you need, that if you needed to tell John where it was, you could tell John where it was. No backstory, just straight forward. It's always good going forward. Funny, okay, Larry. He came out of the fog and full speed rammed your boat, Zozo. He sunk my battleship. Which, the word search seems a bit like that, doesn't it? Coincidentally, I mentioned the battleships a few months ago, which is, you need to find the right information. And that grid is very similar to a battleship scenario. You're going to look at the words or the letters that are in those grids, whether they be, A10, A20, whatever, running from, B6 to B15 or whatever, however many letters you need to make up a boat. Oh, I'd say 100 feet. Go on then, say 100 feet. Hey, Geoduck, happy Thanksgiving. I'd purchase his cell phone location data from Facebook and just go there. Yeah, there's been some pinging going on in the chase. I don't know if we want to do some pinging now. Yeah, but you'd have to... Hang on. No, you wouldn't. So it started in 2019. And it had to be, if they'll put out there, in 2024, before the release of the book. So I suppose you could get all his travel from 2024, before the release, and then just go back. And then any thoughts that you had about the place, where it could be confirmed by, he was there at such a day at such time. Line them up equals, in my opinion, line them up, in my opinion, equals take the vertical words and assemble those individually on both the front and reverse cipher that seemed helpful. It is about ships. Friendships. Maybe a sentence is shown. Maybe. I pivoted just in time. It would be easy. Well, I think, like I said, if somebody's telling you that they'll give you a clue in 7 years, they don't think that people are going to get this. So I can say, unless the clue means something else. No, not the clue. The statement or the clue. Do I mean clue? Do I mean hint? So I believe, in my opinion, that you would be foolish not to think this is another nothing is as it seems. You know, things don't mean what you think they do. I mean, words don't mean what you think they do. Kind of situation. I ordered a book, but I don't think I will go boots on the ground. And that's something else that, trying to make people aware of. If you want to get involved in the hunt, but you're not going to go boots on the ground, then do you interact with somebody that is, in the area that you think it is, or will be going to the area that you think it is? And do you want to sign a contract about how you go about, like who retains the, what's the word up there, the whatever that is, can't remember what it's called now, intellectual, who contains the intellectual rights, the actual solve. Like if you're just going to get somebody to go for you, it's your solve, you have all the copyright to it or whatever, and they're just going to go for you and get a percentage of whatever it is. Like, have all that done in contract form. This is what you're going to do for me, and this is what I'm going to do for you. But everything about the solve, belongs to me. You're not allowed to say anything to anyone, etc., etc., etc. So, whilst you have the book and don't think that you're going to go boots on the ground, it may be possible that somebody will go and boots on the ground for you. I will not be searching for any of his chests. You could take that in a few ways, Geoduck. You will not be searching because you already know where they are. So it's like the statement, not finding it in snow. Well, that probably just means that, it's not in a place where it snows. So you won't find it there. Like I said, last time I said it was like underground. You won't find, if it doesn't snow underground, so you will never find it in snow. Don't go searching in snow because there won't be any there. So you could interpret those statements, any way you want. Or, there's plenty of snow in the word search. So you're not going to find it there because it's all snow. So you won't find it where there's snow. There's lots of different ways to interpret that statement, just like, I'll give you a clue in 7 or 8 years. I will be fishing. Join Davy. Davy B's out fishing, I think. He was actually schooling a young gentleman while we were having a Zoom. He was a bit unsure of himself, this little lad was, and Davy B pointed him in the right direction, and he went off very happy, I think. H. I'm not sure who that... Oh, there we go. No one. I can't remember what I put on the front now. Thanksgiving done that. 7, 10 years done that. I hate when I do that. Everett has Stoof.com changed lately. Well, I thought there was stuff on the back wall that was different to the stuff that was on the wall a while ago. But I cannot be sure. I think we're waiting for the timer to start, and it seems to have been there quite a while. I think if anybody knows who is involved in Stoof.com, they should ask them to put the picture back that was before the picture that is there now, and that might help with the picture that is there now. And then, it may move forward. So, to put the timer up so long in advance, maybe expecting, something. But I haven't really looked at Stoof.com as much as other people have, but I don't believe that first picture was up very long. Well, I only saw it once, and it didn't seem like it was days since, until there was another picture. Yeah, it could have been weeks. I don't know. But it wasn't up long. The thrill of the chase for me, big tech, a bucket list item. I still would like to find some buried or hidden treasure though. So that is still on their bucket list. So, I wrote a list of the places that I want to go in America, and it was longer than my shopping list. When I actually started thinking about some of the places that I wanted to go, they just kept mounting up. It was crazy. There's obvious places, like a place where a chest is. That would be a good place to go, but different places, just crazy. So many, one after the other, just like kept coming into my head. And then I forget about them, and then I think about it again. It's like, oh yeah, I want to go there, and I want to go there, and I want to go there. And I'm not sure which is like which would be if I could only go to one place, which place would that be? I'm not sure I could even get that right. I mean, I'd love to see the Statue of Liberty, but then I'd love to see the White House. But I'd really love to see Cape Canaveral, but I'd really love to see Devil's Tower, and I'd really love to see Old Faithful, Prismatic Spring, all of that, Mammoth Hot Springs, all of that weird and wonderful type of nature. Then I would like to see, what would I like to see? Apart from all those waterfalls and that, and Mount Rushmore. What would I like to see? So Miami, obviously the Dolphins, like to see a NFL game. Miami, the Miami Dolphins, probably, one of the ones that I know the best. Not that I support them or anything, but, I know about the Dallas Cowboys and the Buffaloes and, those sort of things. But the Denver Broncos, and not particularly bothered about ice hockey. Love to see a basketball game. Obviously, the greatest of all time, probably not playing anymore, so maybe not see that person. But one of the places I want to go that I've forgotten about. So obviously want to go to Santa Fe Trail, Oregon, same sort of thing. San Francisco, same sort of thing. Want to see the bridge. Wow, just keeps going on and on. Stop it. Lots of buffering. I'm not buffering, am I? I didn't know I was buffering. It doesn't seem like anything's happening here. it kind of looks the same. What looks the same? Don't know. You will need that list, Mario. What? It's a long list. Like I say, apart from where I think a chest is, the list is. I don't think it'll all fit in a bucket. Is your terminal line fully connected? Yes, I am fully attached. No, I can't say that. It's my Wi-Fi is 1, 2, 3, 4 bars out of 5. So I'd say the signal's pretty good. And my power is 100%. So I don't know why it's buffering. Although, it could be the Northern Lights. it could be the weather. Not that good. Yesterday was gloomy. Yeah, Geoduck says it's working fine there. Maybe it's your area, Mr. Zozo. Maybe you having the sun doodles. I am on a phone. Oh, don't stand on your phone, you'll break it. So I don't think it is me. But we know there are lots of miles between England and New Mexico. You see how I can manage to read that, even though it makes no sense? Stoof.com looks the same. Stoof.com looks the same. Thank you very much, Glenna. Yeah, that's so long ago, I forgot about that. So I think we're waiting for the timer to start. I think we're waiting for the song to change. I think we're waiting, for someone to say what that man's doing, pulling that stuff. Does anyone remember Hee-Haw? No. By anyone, if you include me, that's a definite no. Glenna does. Yesterday, all my troubles seemed so far away. Uh-oh. Larry, what are you doing at me here? That's a long, long, long sentence or statement. Anyone else think it's strange that Ben was asked to stop bidding on the olive jar, and as it seems, JCB would not have won the jar had he been bidded against the last time? Now, that is a higher hand. Well, I think, yes, I tried to make the point that free will is not as free as we think it is, because everything is predetermined based on there's a book of Revelations that say these things will happen, and they've all happened, which means everybody throughout history has done exactly what they were supposed to do for these things to happen. Everyone. Nothing's changed. What's been predicted happened, which means everyone did exactly what they were supposed to do. People passed, people were born, etc., etc., etc. Went to the shop, went to the movies, whatever they did, they were supposed to do that. Which means nobody has free will. They're just doing, call it the Matrix, call it whatever you want. But they're just doing what they've been programmed to do in order that this final event takes place. So this was all meant to happen the way, and there it is, the higher hand. It was meant, it's supposed to happen. So Ben was not supposed to bid on the olive jar because JCB was supposed to get the olive jar. If indeed there was an olive jar there and it was not a pickle jar. However it was meant to be, bearing in mind, can I make it happen the way that it's supposed to? However it's meant to happen, it happened. And that's why Ben didn't get the olive jar. But you would say, or could deduce, that if JCB didn't get the olive jar, then he wouldn't be doing this hunt the way that it's being done. So you would have to deduce that JCB was supposed to get the olive jar and this hunt was supposed to be happening the way that it's supposed to be happening because of that. Uh-oh, that sounds bad. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Why, Tigger? I know who told Ben. Uh-oh. Glenna knows who told Ben. I mean, I can understand why Ben isn't happy, but I think there was it was not directed at Ben. I don't believe. I believe it was part of the script, the narrative, however you want to call it, part of the thrill of the chase. In order to make it happen. So it was not trying to put noses out of joints. It was just saying, look, this is the process. This is what's going to happen. This is the script, and you're not in this part of the script. That's it. That's all it is. You're not in this part of the script. This is how the movie's going to continue, and you're not in this part of the script. That's how I see it. Don equals son of a beach. Don Corleone, I make you an offer you can't refuse. So you're predestined to... Yes. And back. Just to say hi to you, Hush. Yeah, I've already admitted, to the creator that whilst I fully believe in him, I just haven't got the wherewithal to do those things that are expected. I just, I'm not a saintly person. Just am not. Hey, Melinda, happy Thanksgiving. Where in the UK do you live, Mario? Well, I was going to be funny then, Melinda, because I'm English and I have an English sense of humour. I was going to say a house, but because it's you and you have such great legs and obviously a pretty face as well that I can see, I live in the middle. I live in the Middleshire, where the hobbits and those people are. I live in Stoke-on-Trent. That's where I live, right in the middle. That's me in the middle. He's right. Ben and Ashley were spared. Yes, that's how I see it. Thanks, Geoduck. That put better than I thought. I thought of saying it. And I miss Ben. Obviously, I miss Ashley as well. But like I say, they're a different duo. And I don't know. I miss them. Lemons to lemonade. Oh, thanks, Tigger. That was nice of you. There. I have a good heart, and it's not in Wyoming. It's here in Stoke-on-Trent. Shiloh told Ben. Oh, well, Glenna was going to hint at it, but Tigger just said, no, I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to tell everybody. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. Jesus said, you must be born again to see his Father's kingdom, Tigger. I don't remember him saying there was another way. I'm not a Bible person. I can't swear to it, but I thought he said by having faith, he was the way to his Father. I think that's how he put it. So I don't know. I'm not a Bible person. I'm just someone who believes that, look, best or worst case scenario, any scientist in however many years will be proven that religion and science is exactly the same. Because right now, or even years ago, people are saying that these scientists are playing God with some of the stuff that they do. If they're playing God now and doing stuff that they think God can do, imagine what they can do in 1,000 years. Excuse me. So or 2,000 years, or 10,000 years. Imagine what science can do then, what people are capable of. So is there some person, created in his own image? Is there some person in the future with the scientific knowledge to play God, be God, the God that exists, can travel, to the end of time and the beginning of time, however you want to look at time, can be at the end and the beginning of time at the same time because of science that gives them godlike, abilities, that gives them omnipotence, that, however that works. So, that's how I see it. I think it's quite possible that if scientists are doing godlike things now, what will they be able to do, so far into the future? What will be possible? And you have to say, if God is making man in his own image, then you would have to say that it is us, him, them, whatever, that did it. So I believe there's a creator. You can't get something from nothing. And it's that same old, what came first, chicken and the egg, all this, how did you get it? And I just say, look, everything came from the future to the past. And that's so weird because, it didn't exist, and it doesn't exist unless it's in the past. But you can't get it from the past because you can't get the egg and the mammal or the animal or whatever it is at the same time. They just can't. You can't get one without the other. You cannot get a man without the human, without the female. It just doesn't happen. You can't get the male without the female. You don't get a snake without an egg. You don't get a reptile without an egg. You don't get a human without an egg. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. So in every life that we have on Earth, pretty much there's an egg that starts it all. And that means in every life that we have on Earth, we have that question: what came first? The actual animal or creature, whatever you want to call it, or the egg that created that creature. That's just weird. Davey B's here. Hello, Davey. Well, hello, Davey. Have you had your coffee, mate? Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. You're with me. Oh, I've gone past it. Holy Toledo. I'm 20 minutes past 1:05. Oh, that was the whole point of this. And I only remember because Davey was here. But there you go. What can you do? East or west of Buckingham Palace? More than 8.25 miles north of Buckingham Palace, I'm afraid. So I was, where was I? I was still north when I was down south. Buckingham. So I'm probably due north from Buckingham Palace. I think if you came out of Buckingham Palace and went north and kept going, you'd probably run into me. 300 odd miles or whatever, but you'd run into me. It's called Grace. G'day, Davey B. Pop another on the Barbie. Hello, Mr. Davey. Cool. Religions will go away. Thanks, Mary. Well, people can make a religion. Even if they go away, people just make another one. Insert eye roll. That's how it goes. Sorry. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Which team are you on, Mario? Jesus or Satan? No, I'm definitely on the Jesus team. I think so. This chip is going to come about. I don't know if it's going to come about in our lifetime, but there is going to be this chip, which is, God or Satan. Honestly, I'd have to say that the chip is Satan, taking people away from God. This ability to affect the individual through mechanical means as opposed to the ability to affect people through spiritual spiritual means. So if you are asked to have a chip in the future, and it will just come nice and easy, nice and friendly, it will be, to do this for your security, to help the kids, to look after your kids, to, whatever. You need it to buy stuff and blah, blah, blah. And it just is so easy for your security and so easy to do your money, those sort of things. It'll come along like that, and really, that will be, the downfall of those that are Christians, because they won't know. They'll be expecting it to be the mark of the beast and really bad and, really were, and it's not. It's just something simple, just new technology. People accept it like they would a phone, and you just need to be careful. And at that point, you have to go back to, being like the Amish. That's how I see it anyway. You have to pick a team. Pledge. Yeah, I just said I did. At that point where he asks you to choose, do you take the chip or not? Then, you choose the Jesus team, I suppose, and say, no, I'm not going to have the chip. And then that will bring the hardships that will say whether you believe or not, because everything will be easy. You'll be able to get your money, you'll be able to go shopping, you'll be able to do all these things, and it'll all be great, and people won't hate you and despise you because you haven't got the chip. And then you go to living on the land and, making sure you have your, grow your own food, have your own animals, those sort of things. Yeah, 300 miles, Toledo. Tigger, what do you think of people who get baptized, born again, intentionally harm others for the fun and revenge, and going to heaven because Jesus will agree to save them otherwise? Oh, that's a scary thought. Like I say, I find it hard to, I'm not a Bible reader, so I don't know all those things that you're supposed to, I know how you're supposed to have to be good, but hey, CGDOC, not seen you for a while. Happy Thanksgiving. And to you, Sophia, happy Thanksgiving. I think there's a lot of white words coming now, and I'm trying to make all these people moderators. That's harder than I thought it was going to be. Not hard, but trying to keep up with it. How far are you from Chatsworth House? Well, that's a fair bit if Chatsworth House is down south, where I think it is. It's not much different than, if Chatsworth House is London, where I think it is, it's still 200 odd miles, probably 300. I used to live a lot closer. I used to live about 50 miles away, but now probably 200 miles away. Si, senor. I don't know what the C is for. What is 300 miles? That only needs to be at 50 miles from Hyde to Retrieve. Oh, and there we go. 300 miles from London, which is what I was just talking about, and 50 miles from London, which is what I was just talking about, happens to be what Sophie is talking about the chests. So has somebody hidden the chest at Chatsworth House? So it's silliness all around. Round and round you go, where you stop, nobody knows. Those aren't his. They weren't sincere. What the hell that was? Oh, that was this bit. Tigger, what do you think of people who get baptized, born again, intentionally harm those? Because Jesus will agree to save them. Oh. Well, I think, I don't know. I'm not, I can't say I'm a Christian. And I was, Roman Catholic, if I was going to be any denomination, whatever it's called. I'm led to believe that Jesus says the only way to his Father, or the only way to heaven, is through him. So you have to believe in Jesus. Therefore, at any point in time, before that point in time of the mark of the beast, that choice should be, still up for grabs. That's the way I see it. But what do I know? I don't know much. It will be great. Football, Suns, oh, get back. Oh, son. And dinner together, always a positive. Yes, that's right, but it will be worse than you imagine if you don't accept Satan's chip. If you, yeah, so if you don't accept Satan's chip, it will be like a Trump supporter now. No, not now. Before the election, like it'll be that bad, and it'll probably be the same sort of people that are giving the same sort of grief. Have you ever noticed pictures with the grey with it? Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying earlier. It seems like the picture in the back wall has changed. I'm not sure if it's the picture of my wall for me. Can't remember now what I saw, but something was different. It seemed different. Like there was a bigger picture that I saw, and I was like, that wasn't there before. Surprised at what people close to you have done. It is always people you know who can cause more pain or suffering. There you go. Sorry, Melinda. I don't know either. I hadn't really followed it. I think people should. Through his teachings, not him. Yes. Which is basically through him, though, isn't it? Through what he says. You follow him, then you find your way to heaven. Christian means like Jesus, nothing else. So following his teachings and being like that. So being a good person in respect to all of those, however many thousands of commandments or whatever. I'm not sure how far being like Jesus. So look, this is the simplest way to put it. Jesus was probably the most perfect person, if Jesus existed, and he does, because there's proof that he existed. So this person that was perfect existed and died for our sins on the cross. And he was hated by people, which just goes to show it don't matter whether you're perfect. People will still hate you. You will not please everybody. This was the perfect person, living the perfect life, and people hated him and wanted him dead. That just shows how bad our humanity is, if that's the case. If a perfect person living the perfect life is despised by people, that's crazy. So you're gonna have to go some to be liked by everybody. I have a hard time seeing the wall in the back. He teaches us on what to do, so it still falls on you to uphold any actions taken. Yep, there you go. But that's what free will is all about, and that's why people say, "Oh, how could God let this happen?" He didn't let it happen. We let it happen. Whoever did these bad things, their free will did these bad things, and we allowed them to do these bad things. So people say, "Well, how could God let it happen? Russia and Ukraine are having a war." Well, because we're letting them have a war. God isn't interfering because it's free will. So if God exists, if you believe it or not, but these people are doing these things because these people are doing these things, and we're letting them do these things, or our governments are letting them do these things. Yeah, I don't know about that harsh. Like, I'm not Christian enough to know that, and I can't remember hearing it or seeing it. But I'm not denying that he didn't say it. Heads will roll. Much, much worse. We are self-healing bodies. You will come out great. Think positively. Yes, even that B term is BS. Don't know what that B term is. Glenna, I see pictures within the grey. Absolutely, there's pictures within the grey. And most of the pictures, or some of the pictures, more often than not, they are related to the Thrill of the Chase book. The pictures in the book you'll find on the wall, or information from Forrest, that he talked about specifically. Most of it is that, including Fenn Rock and the fisherman and those sort of things. Like the bird in the moon and biddies and other stuff. I can't remember. Einstein, etc. I am good. And the bull or the bison or the whatever with the horns that's on the wall. I am good with it all, just tired a lot, and that is difficult to deal with as I was always super active. Yeah, I feel sorry for you. Yvonne was exactly the same. She could not get used to it. That she could do all of these things, and came to a point where she couldn't do those things, and didn't think it was fair. It's not about them. It's about your relationship with him. Accused Judas Priest. Some heads are gonna roll. Ha ha ha, said DB Cooper. No like button displayed to click. What do you mean, no like button? I've got 7 likes. Bill, are you having me on? You won't click my like button anyway. You click my unlike button. Yep. That is religion, the great divider of who gets saved and who does not, all determined by people who believe they are sinners. Men who walk on altar path than the one Jesus said will end up in a place that isn't heaven. Yes, they are. Well, I was talking about that the other day, and what if heaven and hell's the same place? Because heaven would be hell to a sinner. So you could all go to heaven, and you could go to different parts of heaven, and one of it is not very good for you because you don't entertain that sort of stuff. And the other one, because you're a good person, is bliss and wonderful. So it's like a big house of 2 rooms, and you go into one room or the other room. But it's the same place. I see blind searchers. Well, the reason we can't see you is because we're blind. Is it the name you're looking for? Oh, these are the names I'm looking for. I have heard of that book and author, never read it. Do you recall the Starfish Thrower? I think it was on Mysterious Writings when FF was alive, and how the question was about a searcher and who they really were. The Starfish Thrower? Don't know. That sounds like a ninja. Wow! The Starfish Thrower. No, I don't. How is it that some cannot be seen by the mods but posting? Why, who's posting that you haven't seen? Bill? Hey, Luli! Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for that video. Yes, I may do a dance. I can dance. I'm a pretty good dancer. And I like that sort of music. And I can dance to that sort of music. And a little bit more energetic than they were dancing in that video. Might be surprised. The world has clashed since the beginning. Oh, that sounds like a song. All energy is created by opposing forces. If everybody agreed, there would be no argument. Yeah, you couldn't have that sort of world. You'd be like, China. They're going nuts, by the way, about Trump. The young Chinese and that. They love him. And that dance has gone mad. I don't know. It's gone everywhere. What if this? What if that? That's not the path to heaven. Good luck with that. Hey, hey. No, hell is on earth. No, hell can't be on earth because Satan is not on earth. So I don't see that. If Sodom and Gomorrah was earth, that was not hell. So, and you couldn't send people to that sort of place. So it doesn't matter how bad this earth gets. I don't believe that this is hell. This may be a bad place, but it could be a brilliant place if everybody was, a little different. Starfish Thrower, and then think about it in relation to the chase searches. I would love to talk about that connection, and it relates Jesus. Yeah, there's a bit of a Jesus solve in the chase, to be fair. So, I can't knock it. Hi, Glenn and Tigger and all. Thank you, Mario. People who condemn others over religion go to hell. And that is what we're going to see when this chip gets, if we're still alive. I don't think we'll be. The only concern I have is I don't want it to be Elon Musk, because then that would just, throw everything up in the air. Mario, cool lights. Oh, thank you very much. It's this. I was just showing someone earlier. Ooh, a little UFO. So it's just saying I'm getting used to, so change the colour. Getting used to Christmas, and I'm just putting some different lights about the place. And I put them in the garden as well. So, oh no, that's annoying when it does 50 million different colours. So, yeah, I put loads out in the garden. They're solar lights. Put them out. They come on for about 10 minutes and then just flat. So, I don't think they're charging up enough because there's not enough sunlight. Religion, putting them as mythological studies allows us to live better lives. Gorman, people who condemn others go to hell, period, no matter what it is over. What it is over. Northern Lights, yes. I'm actually in the Midlands, but the solver threw away the stars only to need them later to solve the poem. Stars. Solver threw away the stars. Don't know. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Ah, Woody, how are you doing? Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, it's Thanksgiving for me. I've gone past me 1:05, but I hope all you treasure hunters take time to be with the ones you treasure. Good food. Yes. Satan rules the earth. Wars, lies, disease, etc. Satan does not exist. And Satan showers his minions with wealth, land, farm, and superiority, and have no other place ever. Well, I don't know. If Jesus exists, then and the Son of God, and Jesus did exist, then he must be the son of someone. And that someone entertained Satan because he said to Satan, take everything from Job. Take his family, take his wealth, take everything, but don't take his life. And if Job existed, and there's no reason to believe that he didn't, then who did Jesus' father have a conversation with to say, take away everything that Job has? So therefore, whoever Satan had a conversation with whoever God is. So he must rule you. Do not take help with that delusion. Woody Bog, aka Forrest Fenn, happy holidays, dear. There you go. You've been outed, Woody. Sorry, mate. That's how it goes. When you have a name like that, you can't hide the fact that it's Forrest Fenn. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Happy everything. A true... Oh, look, we're coming up with the big words now. God is both God, good and evil. Claiming there is a devil is not monotheistic. By added a devil, you now have two gods and nothing mono about it. Thanks, Mary. It was awesome. Thank you, Lily. Interesting, but... Oh, Lily, by the way, just while you're here, were you not going to do another card reading? Or did you do one and I missed it? But conveniencing anyone about no Satan God is like trying... Oh, is that supposed to be convincing? I'm not sure. Like trying to remove a bogus bronze box on this. No gods exist in our reality. Only falsehoods are being spread. They deny. The stars were carved into a rock, an 8-pointed asterisk. Ah, got rid of the stars, not the SARS. Like I say, that sounds like a bloody disease. Excuse my French. The stars. That fooled me. I was like, SARS, isn't that some sort of... And look at all those who worship FF and still worship FF's family just because they are wealthy. Well, I don't know. Me personally, I can say, I won't call it worship, but he's a good man. And what's not to like? And I don't really know his family, but, you know, if the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, then, I mean, there aren't many people that I don't like, so. The stars are inside the cottonwood tree. Ooh, the cottonwood tree. Remember that well. It will show photos. The canopy of stars. Okay, I looked it up. And I've seen that, Glenna. Happy Yule. Believe it's Christmas. They are operating a delay just to protect evil and not to produce good and truth, as I see it. Well, we've still got to wait for Trump to get in. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think they've got something planned. You cannot call yourself monotheistic. Stop using big words and worship anything other than God. When other idol characters are added, it becomes pagan. Yes. The seed pods of a cottonwood look like little stars when they open. F the big tree. They will lose. Uh-oh. Even the oak? Who is... Oh, the big three. I've read it as tree. Who is the Trinity, the Holy Trinity? How can you not know the Holy Trinity? Trinity. Well, I've heard that. The triad. What's that all about? Did you read the story? Or they will be hypocrites. They're a choice, as always. I will not waver. But they be will. Isn't it interesting that the Lady of Guadalupe on the mantle of Stoof.com picture? Also, the auction closed on the feast of Our Lady Guadalupe. We are 2 weeks away from her feast day. Woohoo! Have a banquet. Christianity, Judaism, Islam. Well, didn't he say, like, these Jews that don't believe in Jesus think that the Jews that do believe in Jesus are going to bow down to them? But it's actually said that the people who do believe in Jesus will have these people who don't bow down to them. That's scary. The seed pod, the stars, and the cottonwood tree is important to the retrieval. Did you notice the bottle rockets on baby bottles are the times for retrieval? There you go. So all the news is coming out, people. Are you listening? You have not read it. True. Well, if you're talking to me, I'll admit I haven't read it. How is related to the thrill of the chase? Everything's related to the thrill of the chase. That's how Forrest planned it. That's how it was planned. Okay, did it give enough to explain that some help always and others gather the dead and the living just to earn a profit? I don't know what that is. Isn't it interesting how so many worship the church who sits in the 7 hills of Rome? Our Lady of Guadalupe's veil is a canopy of stars. So that was a church in New Mexico. So there's a hole in the ground where there's water. Can't remember what that was now. It's going out of my head. No water for miles or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember how that story went. Long time ago. Truthfully, with honesty, Tigger, where is the God you... I thought he meant Capro, Mike, and Cynthia. Oh, well, somebody said they're in Lake Tahoe. I don't know what they're doing there. Important part of the Trinity is the Holy Ghost. There you go. Somewhere there in spirit. See if the chat is still on Mysterious Writings. There was only one man who picked up the starfish tossed to land by waves. The others bucketed everything to bore them to sell. Give back. Hey, Street. It appears your house is on fire. Ah! Oh, my word. Yes. It is something that I'm getting used to. The Northern Lights were in earlier, and that's what made it catch fire. But thanks for that. I need a stop, drop, roll. Happy Thanksgiving, Street. All the very best to you and your family. Glenna thought Ford cars on GM. And how did you know the man was helping the starfish? He may have caused it to die. Oh, that's one way of looking at it. flying through the air. Ford is the one with the Spanish trunks attached. Crickets are heard. Knowledge, skill, and character. Ooh, long time since I heard that. How is Andrew? Wasn't he the lawyer? Andrew someone, that was in the poem. The heritage doody-doo-dah. Haven't seen that for a while. He did his best at tossing them into the ocean where they would thrive. Some kept being thrown back, but he continued endlessly. It's that not what Jesus wants of your effort. It's that what Jesus wants, not your effort. I don't know, of your effort. You cannot be. Excuse me, big words. And believe Jesus. But you can believe in his message without making Jesus a God. Let no other God stand before me. Peace, love, and understanding. Sorry, laugh out loud. Truth, honesty, and wisdom. Oh, those are three. Does Jesus want you to pick up living and dead and boil them all to earn a profit? Or does he want you to spread the word of life and help? I don't you really understand. Ooh. I see ignorant people calling themselves Christians. It is difficult for a camel to go through a needle. Well, heard that said. Holy Trinity equals Orion's belt. There you go. Pretty important, Orion's belt is, I think. God is the Father, Jesus is the Father's Son, filled with the Father's Spirit, period. Yep, and some people think that Jesus is all of them. Just, you're not going to win, are you? So, I don't know. The trouble with the truth is, you can't handle the truth. No, nobody knows the truth. The only people that know the truth are the people that were around when the truth was first given to whoever received it. If that happened, the only person that really knows the truth is the person that was given the truth. If it didn't happen, then there has been no truth at all. Jesus would have blessed it and left it there. Our Lady of Guadalupe Abbey in Pecos once had a brother there named Jim Maron Brown. Oh, I remember that name. Too many bits of information coming back to when I first came to the chase. I am filled with God's Spirit. Tough shit if you don't believe. Uh-oh, who's eating cake? F off, hush. You mimic man, not any god. Please be quiet, period. Starfish have no brain. Street, you haven't got a clinky clink. This is a Thanksgiving clinky donation day. Happy Thanksgiving. You're blue, like everybody else. As far as I know, you're blue like everybody else anyway. But not sad. Happy blue. That seems like me. I must be a starfish. I have no brain. So people who need help should be blessed and left to die. Wow. You must be rich and all like me are inferior. Why do people fall out over stuff that they can't prove? It's crazy. The Father says, what goes in your heart comes out your mouth. Ooh. All right. Read what you are. Oreo is a small cake street. No Christians here. G'day. A good reason they called Jesus freaks the half-witted one. Why are you getting personal? Look at Patrick from SpongeBob. Show me this supposed entity or delicious Davy B. Howdy. A real believer in Jesus does not disrespect anybody. No, true. There you go. That says it in a nutshell. Hey, Shane. Happy Thanksgiving. You are now blue and true. You are a true blue. Moderated. It's good to see you here and have a wonderful Thanksgiving later. No, but if you find the doctor, you'll find the treasure. Especially the double stuffed ones. Entity is only a story and not real. Accept it or feel God's wrath. Read what you are. We are all sinners. Oh, sinner man, where you gonna run to? Oh, sinner man, where you gonna run to? We are all sinners, and God can't help us if we don't want help. He loves everyone. Apparently, Jesus does love everyone, and all those people that have died have all come back saying the same thing. Street, I hope you and your family have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Just be you. None of you sound born again. I can't remember being born the first time. I'll admit, I'll try. I can't say I'm a Christian because, I'm just not. But do I believe that there is a creator and these things happened? Of course, absolutely do. There's enough evidence out there to say it's all true. And by evidence, I mean those things that the Bible said would happen have happened. So therefore, you'd have to accept that everything that happened before the future of the Bible, all those things must have happened as well. Apart from, whilst I believe it, I believe that some things have been omitted and make the Bible sound, incorrect. From participating in life, wealth collective can do whatever they want, stop people they don't even understand metaphors that live literally only wasted while. It's crazy that people who believe in the one God don't believe in, being friends with each other. This is inevitable, especially you sharing this all argument to any God said. You will be born again. Harshly whispered. I guarantee it. Jesus wasn't sin, they were doctors. Tigger, happy Thanksgiving. Hush whisper, I was born once and it was traumatic. I can't remember it and I don't want to repeat it. I probably not remember it either. You'll be in hell if you don't change. Jesus guarantees it. Yeah, but each to their own, I think spreading the word is one thing, but trying to convince somebody, I don't think, he didn't say don't judge people. He said that, lest you want to be judged in the same way, etc., blah, blah, blah. Judge not, yes, lest ye be judged, or whatever it is. So we shouldn't be judging anyone. It is what it is. You believe what you believe, and you will either gain, lose, or be indifferent to what you believe. Bill Gorman, not ignoring you, just a little slow at the reading, yes. To what you posted, they do nothing but exclude people, judge people, and stomp over the poor. They will never know the man east. Satan followers in here. Awake, most of the possums trying to get into my coffee in hand, brain catching up. Cool. No such place as hell. Both good and bad spirits live in the spiritual world. Live in the spiritual world. Hey, happy Thanksgiving! Asterisk. I can't tell. I think he's white, so it's the gift of, I can't say power, but equality, I will say now. What would Jesus do? Get crucified. We just have to believe like the thief on the cross. There you go. That's how it is. There's one person on the cross that said, nah, he's a nasty person. Another on the cross said, he's done nothing wrong. We deserve to die. He doesn't deserve to die. But he died because those others deserve to die. And he took our sins right until the very last moment. Satan is a made-up character in religion. He's God is hey, Tigger. Anything special going on? And return from death. That's the bit you missed out. Those who believe they are better than thee because they believe they are Christians will send another incarnation as a hypocrite for each person they condemned in the name of their Jesus. And like I say, judge not, lest ye be judged. So as a Christian, you shouldn't be judging anyone. You should just be, spreading the word of Jesus, but not hitting people over the head with it. Informing them of his love, etc., 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 but not trying to convert. or a red-horned demon. No, and you're quite within your rights to do that. No one needs to anymore. Unicorns? Yeah, I don't think unicorns are red. Non-believers condemn themselves, Bill. Agreed Zozo. I will help shake them loose and let them fall. Come and lay down by my side. Bill Gorman, how are you doing? When is the surgery? I just had 7 tags removed from my back for melanoma. Check. After the surgery last September. Glad when it is over. Yep, my heart goes out to you, Sophia, and I hope it's over sooner rather than later. In a good way. You condemn yourselves by not believing Jesus' words. Born again. The Catholic Church is a Roman religion. Romans killed Jesus. Yeah, I don't think it's not about believing Jesus' words. I've never heard those words from Jesus, so I'm having to believe them as your words, born again. I've only read the Bible once. I read it all the way through, and I don't remember that bit. I just don't. I died once, and it was an interesting experience to say the least. I bet it was, Geoduck. I bet it was. The Catholic Church is a Roman religion. Romans killed Jesus. I don't know. They may have, but because of the Jews that didn't want him around, they put him into the hands of Pontius Pilate, who tried to save him, but he didn't save himself. Larry, have a great Thanksgiving. Oops, that 9th commandment. Good luck, Zozo. They are a stubborn group. Yep. You are a smart one. Non-believers in truth and facts will condemn themselves, yes. That is a true statement. Do you believe men over a God? Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? No, of course he doesn't. He shouldn't do, but he does. Hang on. Zozo is asking Asterisk. Oh, I don't know. I think Zozo's the one that doesn't believe it. You're a liar. I have the truth, street, and it is solid. Hope you mend fast, Sophia. Is. Don't know what these things are saying. Reading this chat, it is obvious why the solutions are all about one person being superior and get all the money for themselves. Shame on all. All? I haven't said it like that. Jeff, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? I didn't lie. I don't lie. I didn't lie. Hush whisper. But you are still doing such. I died once, and when I left my body, the first question was, what are you going to do now? Good luck, Bill. Don't. Not you, Rox. You too, my friend. The truth is all around us. The truth is all around us. It's everywhere I go. Oh, yes, it is. And yet they persist in a fairy tale, Zozo. Go figure. Mario, he said born again. Wasn't in the Bible and it is. Oh, right. There you go. No, I didn't say it. Well, I said I didn't remember seeing it. So I did one of those, like, read the Bible from, beginning to end sort of scenarios. I just can't remember. Can't remember that. Wow, that is right around that Christian holiday lot. Bill Gorman, I hope you have help when you get back and help with the doc. Yes, I do too. Please be quiet. Your falsehoods are from any god, except it of the spirit. Politics and religion stirs the pot every time. Yeah, I don't know why you lot keep talking about it and dragging me into this mess. I mean, I'm here to talk about Forrest, Fenn and JCB, and we end up talking about the same things. One person's God is another person's alien. Another person's alien is another person's matrix. It just goes on and on and on. Believe what you want. It doesn't matter. It ain't going to change nothing. Those that believe, if there is a God and there is a Jesus, those people that believe, they'll be happy as Larry. Sorry, Larry. They'll be happy as Larry. And if there isn't a God, then you'll be happy as Larry. But at the end of the day, if there is or there isn't it going to make any difference? If there isn't, those people that didn't believe will find out. If there is, those people that did believe will find out. That's it. That's it. You'll find out whether you're right or wrong when you meet or don't meet whoever created you, if they created you. And if nobody knows anything, once they pass and there's nothing, you ain't going to find out. You ain't going to know. So there's no point in arguing about it. You can believe it and gain from it, or not believe it and gain from it. It doesn't make no difference. So for dinner and football, woohoo! Yep, all good. No, that's not football. No, you're lying to me now, Jeff. For a minute then, I thought you were going to watch people kick a ball. But you're going to watch people throw balls, like throw ball. No, have a good time anyway. Watching your American football. During a dry, long, stupid wait for the truth to be told. Truth overcomes, street. There is only 2 times everyone is equal, when you're born and when you pass. There you go. Excuse me. And in those 2 times, you're either going to be male or female. Or a hermaphrodite. I have to keep adding that because there is a little question. If, Mr. DB Cooper's here. Sounds like fun. Hi, Sophia, says Street. Been a long time. I'm usually exhausted. Excuse me. Uh-oh, why have I seen that name before? Why have I seen that name? I'm not sure why you gave me that name, but I know that name, but I don't know why I know it. If you are part of the group that was picked, that guy was an idiot who did the pick. Well, that's one way of looking at it. Forrest created me, I think, in 1980. I think that's me. Forrest created me in 1980. Or Forrest created my in 1980. Forrest would have been 50 when he created you. Truth is in front of all, and yet people seem to ignore it, Sophia. They want superiority, not truth. Street. Arguing about what will be makes zero difference in the end result. Agree or disagree changes nothing, if that is the way it is written. There you go. All of the arguments now won't make any difference when you pass, and that will be the only time that you'll know. No, you can believe 100% now. 100%. You can believe 100%. Yes or no? You can believe that 100%. At the time of passing, you'll either know nothing or you'll know you were right. You'll never know you will know you were wrong, but you'll be in the wrong place if you're wrong. And probably not a good thing if that's the case. But I think it can't hurt to take out insurance. People don't want to know anything about the solver. They just want to be told they are superior. I hope that's not aimed at me. I don't want to be told I'm superior. I don't get. I've probably more often than not, more than anybody, said that I am not. So I don't think that's aimed at me. They want confirmation, Severe. Tigger, have you looked into the Facebook group I told you of? Hope you have a very happy holiday, says Lulybell to Jeff. I tried to join. Forrest changed my life when I was 6 years old. Uh-oh. You just give away who you are, I think. Strike that from the record. Geoduck, younger than my son. How so, Geo? I have one son named Chris. Well, say hello to Chris, and I hope you spend Thanksgiving together. Jockeys for Humanity. Imagine the prize not being a bronze box of fame and fortune. What if it was nothing but a starfish? They can't handle that. It was a fish. Was that fish Jesus? I started collecting the ads from the magazines, from the gallery, and put them on my walls as art. Oh, the full page colour. The big picture, that's what this is about at the moment. We are, I don't know, a couple of strokes of the brush away from the big picture. Warmest thanks. I do enjoy Thanksgiving. I hope you can spend time also with your loved ones. So let's just be clear about that then. So Thanksgiving, do you actually have Christmas? You have Thanksgiving, and Christmas is all about giving gifts, etc., etc., etc. You know, fancy lights, all these things, and not much time spent about the reason we're celebrating it because of Christ and His birth. That seems to get overlooked. Is Thanksgiving a holiday that is purely about the reason of giving thanks because of the settlers and everything? Is that what you do? Or do you just forget all of that and just have, a happy meal, not a McDonald's, but, a happy meal, family round, good time, drinks, watching the football, etc.? We don't need to argue for or against those traits we have inside of us. No religion is needed to use them. No, it's okay. That's nice, dear. There was a picture of Donny holding the prize. Laugh out loud, it was a fish. Donny? I thought Skippy had one in his mouth. Scrapbook 1 was about a fish. The Dale videos were about tying flies and fishing. And yet, many people think differently and incorrectly. Well, unfortunately, they just think differently. That's what you should be focusing on. They think differently. There is no way you can know the truth because you were not there when the truth was handed out. You can believe you have the truth. You can't know the truth. So they think differently. That's all you can say. And that's it. End of story, and you carry on. My daughter and I are going to make candles together tomorrow and eat turkey. Oh, well, don't eat the candles. Chris is working. He's a camo dude at Area 52. He doesn't have Christmas off. Camo dude, that's like my camera that I'm using now. Camo Studio, because of high alert of a Biden missile. Yeah, idiot. Well, we're sending people out from England. They're deploying them. Not Jesus. It is searchers of life and legacy and searchers of fame and fortune. One for others' well-being and other self-centered. What would Jesus do or be? Larry says, Mario, rather than bicker about our soul's future real estate on Thanksgiving, I prefer to give thanks for my existing family, my wife, sons, and a beautiful grand. There you go. That is it in a nutshell. There you go. Happy days. Yes, and I wish them all the very best. And for you to have a wonderful day with them. Just enjoy life for while we are here. Norfolk Island celebrates Thanksgiving on the last Wednesday of November, similar to the American observance before World War II. This tradition comes from American whalers who celebrated the holiday. When I die, I'm taking you all with me. He going to blow that bomb up. Y'all coming with me. Are candles difficult to make? Luli Bell, are candles difficult? Did you answer that question about the cards, Luli? I can't remember. I didn't see it, I don't think. Happy day, Davey B. You learned me today. No taught, no teaching. You learned me. Jesus is a king and he loves everyone. I get that feeling. Ain't nobody he don't love. If Putin gets UK Paul, I'll have a party. I think it's all going to stop soon anyway. I think, the world's going to change slowly but surely back to the way that it was. Loves everyone. Does that make me a king too? Oh, Zozo loves everybody. Jeff, they can be touchy, but I've learned a few things, so I make nice scented candles. There you go. When I die, this world ends. Uh-oh. Bill, you know that the FBI and the CIA and all them other Secret Service people are watching this now, and they're going, uh-oh, there we go. We've got another one. They'll be knocking on your door. Or my door. What are you putting this on your channel for? King me. Oh, no, they're playing chess. No, drafts. Yeah, drafts. Checkers to some. King me too. When you die, it is like a library burned down. You are a king. Be fruitful to help guide your subjects. Laugh out loud. I have no subjects. Everyone hates me. Nobody hates you. Well, I don't hate you. And criticizes me and wants me to suffer. That is how this world is. Well, I'm not going to lie. It's not a good world. But none of that has anything to do with me. Don't hate you. Don't criticize you. Certainly don't want you to suffer. You still mimic men. Not working. Please stop. Tigger, I need to see how to join the group. And you mimic into. Yeah, but don't know. Any stance you make is a pointless stance against people who don't want to believe in anything. Excuse me. Nope. Don't know where that came from. Welcome to the club. If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club. Truth over lies. Happy Thanksgiving. So I always thought it was a religious thing, Thanksgiving, but it obviously isn't. I mimic no one. I created everything you see me write. Makes me laugh when these people like, I don't believe in Jesus, I don't believe in this, I don't believe that, and like, Happy Christmas. Are you sure? So in all of this, bar the fighting and the shouting at each other. Wow, one who has to have another save them, and the other who believes in living righteously. I'll go for the Hindu or Buddha, Zen, whatever. I think I'm not even going to carry it on because I don't see that it's a positive way to spend any time to just go over the same ground. So, excuse me, the idea of somebody telling us, I will give you a clue in 7 to 10 years' time, maybe we're missing something that says this is not as easy as we think it is. If there's, I don't know how many people in that Zoom, and they're obviously smart people with clever ideas. And did somebody tell me how close they're going to get? How close that John said the clues will get you to the chest? Chests, plural. then I think the best way to find it is to read the book, work out the plan, find any connection between how to begin a word search, how to find the information. And, people are focusing on the word search, but, there's a poem as well. There's a cryptogram, and there's a fair few chapters that tell you how to find chests. Oh, did the yard project come to completion? Where you still haven't shown me this entity you praise. Why not? Especially if you want me to believe it. I don't know why. Like, even if I was a devout Christian, I wouldn't spend my time trying to convince somebody who doesn't want to believe it. That's just, and it's not, what a devout Christian should do. They should not be judging someone for their beliefs. When Bill dies, God will say, well, he was burning his candle at both ends. Double blazes, Bill. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, there you go. Double blazes. The truth hurts. Those are very sad. It would be nice to put a bow on it. And you are not born again until you believe the facts. You are still struggling. Bible punching is like allowing a bronze box into the brain, destroys everything. Live a life that others would want. Be kind to all, but Christians storm over Starfleet. Zozo, make it an underground car park. Words don't mean what you think they do. Hindus and Buddhists seek to be in touch with the source. Jews are connected. Here, where is this God-like entity? Exactly, there is none. Not in you, except the truth. So this has just gone to religion now, so I'm at my league here. We don't judge, we just share the truth. Tigger, no, they have no. Jesus has a God Father. Absolutely not the same. What truth? Share away. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, bloody hell. I've got 10 likes and 19 people in here. I've got nearly half as many likes as I've got people. What's going on? I think I'm going to put the lights on more often. I think that's what the likes are for. I'm going to change the colour again. Do it, Mara. Do it. Don't be scared. Don't be frightened. There you go. No, I don't like that colour. Ooh, that looks a bit dramatic. We'll have some of that. Still on those. So, has anybody read the whole book yet? I haven't. I've had the book a while and I haven't read the whole book. Have done some of the word search and the cryptogram and collated it along with Davy B to have information. They do have a God. Oh, they have no. Northern Rocky Mountain weather report on. Hey, Luli's back with the weather. Sorry, hang on. Let's play some music. Da, 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 da. Here we have the weather with Luli Bell. Northern Rocky Mountain weather report on Mario's Mountain Time. 24 degrees now. Low 14 tonight. Clear. Cold. 14. We are -1 here. As in 1 Celsius. -1 Celsius, which will be a lot lower for you people, won't it? Hang on. Your Fahrenheit is higher than ours. So no, it's probably still in the double digits for you. But yes, -1 degree Celsius. It is 1 degree lower than freezing. If that helps. in work with a don't know of quotes per their requirements. We'll see. Yeah, not only that. So thanks for the update, Lulybell. Always great to hear from you. So 29, cold 2. 29. Wow, that sounds hot. Like if it was 29 here, I'd be so happy. Like 29 sounds hot. 29 is, sun lotion stuff here. If it was our 29, don't go out. Sun lotion stuff. Thanks for asking. Frustrating for sure. And one would think would fix. No. Just said earlier, free will. Can't do it. Yeah, my degrees, they're not the 3 degrees, or Sister Sledge even. Yes, -1 degrees is one degree lower than freezing. Warm water's halting weather. Like frozen. Popsicles. Let it go, let it go. That cold. Maybe that's why my lights weren't working. It's frozen. Yeah, some people say that was the universe. So, Lord of the Universe. Wouldn't it be amazing if everything that everybody believed was exactly the same? They just called it different names. That's crazy. If it would be nice if fewer things were a battle. Yeah. Back to that. Good night, Sophia. No stones from here. I'm not throwing stones at anyone. As I've said, do not judge lest ye be judged. In front of the green screen. Who? Luli? Were you in front of the green screen? Yes, be safe, Sophia. Have a great night and a restful sleep. I think I shall go too. I've been here for 2 hours and nearly 40 minutes. Oh, 11 likes. Somebody else has. Thanks. Whoever's in chat and popped on in, thank you. And 2 more people turned in. What's going on? So, remember, anybody speaks to Ben, I'm expecting him. He said he was going to go live, going to do something. I expected Ashley to go live because she used to do the Mama Q stuff. Luli said she was going to do a card reading. She hasn't done it. Ashley does them. She hasn't done them. Oh, the tears are flowing. The tears are flowing. How are we going to get in touch? Enlightenment is known that no. Why do you carry on the argument? It doesn't matter. Yeah, they're everybody's biggest adversary. No, not everybody's. They're not like Venezuelans or Russians or whatever. But I think Forrest didn't make the statement, just for no reason. Can't we all just get along? That's coming from someone that's seen war, seen death, destruction, understands the cost of different people's beliefs, different beliefs of different people. And, these are just human decisions, nothing else, that create all this rubbish. If you don't believe in a deity, then you must admit that all the problems that we have in the world are ours. We have to own them. It's not God's fault. The weather is not God's fault. The wars are not God's fault. Earthquakes not God's fault. This act of God stuff that people put out and say, I want to claim my insurance or whatever, and they say, no, you can't. It's an act of God. It doesn't exist. It's like you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. Currently 64 and going down to 50. Oh, I wish that was my age. If it was going down to 50. War in Ukraine is over. Oh, that sounds like imagine all the people. War in Ukraine is over. Listen, big bankers like Carlos once. Yeah, this just seems like the whole world is doing that, trying to get that stuff out of the ground because we've got to go electric. Mario, I've got to run off the bed. Uh-oh, that must be a big bed. Can't do that running. Oh, run off to bed. Big day tomorrow. I hope you've had the opportunity to have the true southern biscuits and sausage gravy. Good night. What? Don't know about that. Have a great time. Say hi to Oksana for us. I hope you have a brilliant, brilliant Thanksgiving. Thank you for being here. Different beliefs cause division and not unity or peace. Stop promoting division. No, Zozo. Intolerance causes that. Intolerance. It doesn't matter what you believe. If people are tolerant, it's not an issue. It's because people are intolerant that creates the division. You should be able to talk about anything and disagree about everything and still be tolerant enough to get along. The fact that you're not tolerant to accept that others believe what they accept without condemning their beliefs, that's what causes the friction. Not about what people believe that causes the friction. It's about the intolerance of what they believe. See you, Wig. Thanks for being here. Have a great day. Not later. Tomorrow morning. Tomorrow. Have a great day tomorrow. Also, you'll be going to sleep for them. So, all good. Night, Larry. Thank you, Mario. Thank you, Lily, for that. Thank you very much. If a car can stop anyone doing bad, why does it? Because free will. The issue is you must be allowed to do what you want to do and choose to be good or evil, knowing what is good and evil. That's up to you. Why should he stop you? You can either follow the teachings or not follow the teachings. It's the human side of us that is bad or good. We either do the right thing or we don't do the right thing. No, I don't think he does. I don't think we allow Satan to rule. That's it. We allow. If everybody on earth chose to be a bad person, nothing to do with God. That's our free will that allows that. We allow that. The more negativity we bring into the world, that's us. That's on us, not on God. If there is a God, if you believe there is a God and you believe that he's allowing Satan to do this, no, we're allowing Satan to do this because we say no, it stops. No, Satan. That's it. It stops. The fact that we choose to go, yeah, okay, yeah, I don't mind doing this bad thing. It carries on and carries on and carries on. And the more bad things you do, the more you get used to it it doesn't become a bad thing, it just becomes the norm, which is what's happened, which I can't believe that you don't see, over the last 4 years in America, and the whole world has gone to shit. Because we allowed it. People were afraid to say that they supported Trump because they were threatened by other people. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And that's the intolerance that I talk about. It's not that we disagree, it's that our intolerance does not allow somebody else to have a different thought than we have. Pathetic. Crazy. So, can't we all just get along? I don't understand how that is not said throughout the world. We can't allow anything. We are allowing it though, Zozo. That's why it took nearly the whole of the United States to turn around and say, no, not anymore. We've allowed all this. These people have lied to us for 4 years, and enough's enough. But allowed it to happen in America, in England, in Germany, in France, wherever. Rather than stand up and speak up about something, we just went, oh, okay, I'm not going to say nothing. Yes, he, she, it, that, them, they. We allowed all that rubbish to take place. God didn't allow it to take place. The Satan didn't allow it to take place. We allowed it to take place because once we say no, that's it. It stops. And that's why we have free will. We have the will to either be a bad person or a good person. Thank you very much. No, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but we will be, respectful for, the fact that at some point we must have gone through exactly what you went through, or we have, the same need to be thankful. So whilst we don't celebrate in the way that you celebrate it, we will be grateful to all the things that we have. So thanks for that, Zulu. If a country had a king, then who is in charge? Not the people. Yeah, but the people choose to be good or bad. Like, the king makes rules and the people don't obey them. He can set the rules, he can be in charge, but it's not him that goes around stealing from other farmers. It's not him that goes around pillaging and looting and whatever. They have free will to do that. So he rules, they ignore him, they do bad things. So it's one thing having a person in charge that has these good rules in the desire to keep everybody safe and happy and healthy. But if the people beneath that person don't want to be that way, then no matter what the king does or puts into place, if he allows them the free will, they're going to do it. The only way they won't do it is if he doesn't allow them the free will. He chains them and keeps them, watched over, morning, noon, and night, and doesn't allow them to do anything. And that would be a horrible life if that was the case. Sorry, if a country had, I don't know. I'm a mystic. I believe in high spirits. Yep, angels and all. We live in avatar bodies. Gods can take over these bodies and minds. We are each a fraction of the whole. So, it's impossible to not believe that these people who have died and come back did not, in fact, go to the same places or same place, meet the same person, have the same kind of interaction, and come back and tell us that interaction. That's almost impossible to believe that that's the case. And if that is the case, it's almost impossible to believe that that person that they meet does not have the ability to put life into, or the soul, or whatever it is that leaves in the body and comes back, does not have the ability to put that essence into an unborn person. Because if you're dead and you're a human being and you die and there's nothing, that's it, it's finished, then these people don't die and come back. They only die and come back if they're allowed to die and come back, especially if they've been dead more than 7 minutes, like some people have. They should be brain dead, starved of oxygen for 7 minutes or whatever, and, you know, clinically dead or whatever it is, whatever they call it. So there is some evidence that says, hang on a minute, there's a little bit more going on. Call Jesus the Son of God while excluding that all of us are children of God. There is that. But again, if you count the Holy Trinity as one thing, then Jesus is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. He's all of it. He was God who came to earth as Jesus and was able to do those things that he did because he was, in fact, the Heavenly Father or the Holy Spirit, however you want to look at it. Again, I'm not Christian. I don't know. I'm not Catholic. I don't know. I don't read the Bible every day. I don't understand all of these, proverbs and psalms and whatever. I don't study Hindu or Islam or Muslim or whatever. None of it. I just have a belief within me that says there's a creator and he created everything and could destroy everything if he wanted to. Well, that happened, didn't it? You only got to look at Joseph. He ended up being a slave, became rich because he was a slave, and then looked after his brothers and his family because he was rich after being a slave, because they turned on him. And Cain and Abel. Energy does not die, the physical body does. Yeah, but who? So how does that energy get transferred from the body to wherever it goes and then come back? Something is directing it and in charge of it. And that's all I'm saying. So I am a little ticker avatar long and lean. Approx 6 minutes, brain usually starts to shut down. Thanks, Woody. Yeah, so after that, you're hoping for a miracle. And those are the things that happen. People die for longer than they should and they come back. Or people come back and they remember their lives before. So what does that tell you? It's been documented that children have talked about their previous lives and how they died, and people that they knew and places that they remember where they've never even been there. So these things aren't happy accidents or whatever you want to call them. At the least amazing, and the most miracles. So thank you for listening to my rubbish. I do believe that this is not as easy as people think it's going to be, and I really believe that if you're going to do these Zoom, try to figure it out, make sure that you already know that once you're giving your information out to people, they're free to use it. And if they end up getting the a box, then you've only yourself to blame because you didn't cover yourself in regard to that. So if you're giving out your information to people, and they use it and find a box or 5 boxes or whatever it is, then trying to go for a court case and saying, well, I told them this, probably not going to help you. Did you say it's almost over? What's almost over? Not JCB. JCB is not almost over. I think it's possible that information in regards to Forrest Fenn may surface. This was about making something happen, not about a box of treasure. This was about making something happen. The thrill of the chase was about making something happen. But those things have happened. I've said before, if this was about Forrest making a mansion, then the mansion is built. The house is built. He could probably, go in the house and, live his life. But in order to build the mansion and have it the way that he wants, there's a whole acreage, lots of land where he wanted all these things built on as well. In with this mansion, so he's got a maze, he's got a tennis court, he's got a swimming pool, he's got these things, and they still need to be built. But the purpose, that he wanted to achieve something, to affect the future, I think that's as near as perfect as it can be. No, correct and precise. So it's as near as precise as it can be. A few bridges to cross, maybe, but all good. Then you have to deduce that is this a continuation, which I've said before. Is the JCB hunt a continuation of the thrill of the chase? And are we still in nothing is as it seems? Do we still have to have that same mindset? And words don't mean what you think they do, and there are no lies. There are just truths that we don't understand. So the information is correct, but you have to read it correctly. You have to hear it correctly in order to understand it. You can't hear it incorrectly. If you hear it incorrectly, you're getting the wrong information. I can't think of one off the top of my head now. All the synonyms that I know, and I can't think. So let's just say bold and brave. Same thing. But if one's supposed to mean something specific, so brave probably doesn't mean highlighted. I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying as an example. So to say something is bold and say that it was highlighted because it's bold is different than saying it's brave, if that makes sense. I mean, it may be a synonym, but I'm just trying to make that statement that just because you can be bold and brave don't mean that brave is highlighted along with bold. So you may hear a similar sounding word and think it means this, but maybe it doesn't mean that. Words don't mean what you think they do. So will this continue as the thrill of the chase? Will you need a good map as the thrill of the chase? Will the same rules apply? Or similar rules, like, you can't find it in snow, and I can't remember what the other stuff is. No, gone blank. But there's similar stuff. Our spirits are electromagnetic energy controlling matter. The universe is filled with. So we're all connected. Basically, we are wirelessly connected. And if we could use our brains and they weren't like dampened down, I think on purpose, probably because we get the apple, got the knowledge and weren't supposed to have it, So we've been dampened down. So we can't wirelessly connect to each other in the universe. Some people can, maybe because the pineal gland's working or whatever. Some people can connect to the universe and, connect to everything, and some people can't. Most people can't. Children can see ghosts or other things. We can't. They have imaginary friends. We don't. Those things exist. They're in the real world. They're part of what makes us us. The thing is, as we get older, we lose those benefits, those things that we trying to say evolved out of, devolved. So those abilities that we had that we don't have anymore for whatever reason. So in order to connect, as Bill was saying, electromagnetically and blah blah blah, and have this wireless connection with the universe and the creator or whatever it is. So yeah, we'll connect it to the matrix, however you want to call it. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter whether it's an alien, whether it's God, whether it's the matrix. We're all connected. We're all human beings. We're all supposed to be connected through whatever it is, the hive mind, etc., etc., etc. However it is, whatever you want to believe, it doesn't matter. The thing is, just get along. Just agree to disagree. That's it. Happy days. Agree to disagree. Mario, thanks for Mario. Cheers, Jeff. Thanks for Jeff. Do you think JCB would know if it was a continuation? Do I think he would know? Of course he would know if it's a continuation. Yeah, pure imagination of cosmic wonders. Beetlejuice, back to no super. Yes, and that is another word for some of the names mentioned in the chase. Beetlejuice. You have to open the third eye to be connected. Well, I think that's the pineal gland, which I've just said. So, and there's probably ways to teach yourself to do that. But to be connected, different people believe different things. Like I just said, the Matrix, you could be connected to the Matrix. God, you could be connected to God. The universe, you could be connected to the universe and aliens and blah, blah, blah. You believe what you want to believe. But at the end of the day, and I mean this, I really mean this, you believe what you want to believe. But at the end of the day, there's somebody in charge. If it's the Matrix, then there's somebody in charge of the Matrix. If it's aliens, then there's somebody in charge of the aliens. If it's the heavenly presence, then there's somebody in charge of the angels. It doesn't matter what you believe. There's somebody in charge. It doesn't matter what it is that you believe. But we are not here by mistake. We are not here just because we accidentally evolved. There is no way. There is no way all of these eggs managed to fertilize and become a living, breathing creature. It didn't happen that way. It couldn't have happened that way. What came first, the chicken or the egg? What came first, the human or the egg? What came first, the snake or the egg? It doesn't matter what you say, there was always an egg. And whatever the creature was, the creature had to come first. And somebody created it. Something created it. That's it. That's it. In a nutshell, that's it. Matrix doesn't matter. God doesn't matter. Aliens doesn't matter. Somebody in all of those things that you want to believe is in charge. Someone is in charge. That's it. Call him what you want. Call him Muhammad Ali. Won't make any difference. There's somebody in charge. That's it. That's all I can say. Cosmic Wonders. JCB knows Fenn's backstory. I would absolutely 100% believe that JCB knows the Forrest Fenn backstory. I hope you are also surrounded by love tomorrow and good food. Yeah, I'm starting to get hungry now that we're talking about food. I'm going to look at the farm that I'll never buy. Ooh, that sounds like torture. But hang on. So it sounds like torture if it's the farm you want to buy, but it's not torture if you didn't want to buy it anyway. But yeah, that doesn't sound too good. So I thank you all, and you don't have to listen to me. I've said before hundreds of times, these are just my opinions. I'm not trying to say I've got better ideas than anyone. I know more than anyone. I'm just saying, look, these are the things that I find out. These are the things that I think. You can believe them and listen to them, or not listen to them, or not believe them. Doesn't make any difference. But I do thank you for being here and taking the time to be with me. And I'm going to use the same thank y'all. And happy Thanksgiving. And these are not shouting words. These are stressed words. Not as in I'm stressed, but these are like heartfelt, listen to these words. I'm not shouting. People say, oh, you're shouting, you're shouting, you're shouting. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm not. This is my voice, and I'm expressing with heartfelt passion these words. So no shouting going on in case anybody gets offended. Thanks for watching. Take care. I will hopefully see you again. Ciao for now.